AMD just announced a new acquisition a little bit short of $2 billion, and this is one that's going to help them in their data center solutions. A market AMD has been growing dramatically with different acquisitions and different solutions. So in today's episode, I want to take a closer look at this acquisition, the price, the cost, the solutions it's added, and what it brings to the overall company. If this is your first time here, make sure to hit the thumbs up, make sure to hit the subscribe button, check out the pinned comment for free Discord, free newsletter, and a lot of great investing links. So let's get started. So AMD right now is up about 1.2% after reporting news that it's going to acquire a company to improve its data center solutions. And let's take a quick step back and let me show you all the amazing solutions AMD has for the data centers and why I am excited about this. So during AMD's most recent earnings, Dr. Lisa Su, the CEO of AMD, mentioned that each of our businesses performed extremely well, with data center revenue doubling year over year, driven by growing adoption of AMD EPYC processors across cloud and enterprise customers. And this is very exciting. I mean, they're still seeing strong growth here in the data center markets. I believe they also mentioned during these earnings that right now data center revenue makes up roughly 20% of total revenue. So if it's doubling and if it's still seeing strong growth, this can really impact the overall growth strategy for AMD. And AMD has recently announced numerous new solutions from acquisitions. First, we're going to take a quick look at the one they just mentioned, and that is AMD's EPYC servers. These are their EPYC processors that go on data centers. The most recent generation is the 7003 series. This is also known as Milan. Milan has seen huge adoption from data center providers, and most recently AMD actually just released I want to say a new generation of generation 3, more like generation 3 plus, and that was called Milan X, and that was released March 21st. AMD continues to kind of innovate in this kind of generation processor. Later this year we are expected to see AMD Genoa, which is going to be their 7004 series, so their fourth generation of EPYC processors, and that is expected to launch in mid 2022. AMD also provides data center solutions with its GPU products. For example, the most recent one is the MI210 accelerator. This accelerator is used to improve the overall technologies in high performance computing and artificial intelligence. They even kind of go to say that this second generation of their data center accelerators right now are up to 2.3 times advantage over NVIDIA's Ampere A100 GPUs. So NVIDIA, obviously a leader in this space. AMD saying one of the data center solutions that they have right now is a strong competitor against one of the leaders in this market. So we can see not only that, they also recently acquired a company called Xilinx. Xilinx is now part of AMD, and Xilinx also provides numerous data center solutions. One of the data center solutions that they have are accelerator cards, for example, the Alveo Xilinx. Now we kind of push into the new acquisition that was announced April 4th. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and keep listening for this great offer we have for the community. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You all know how much I love researching new stocks and trying to find the next best investments. So I'm proud to partner with the Motley Fool to bring you a discount for one of my favorite services the Fool offers, the Motley Fool Stock Advisor. Go to fool.com/Jose to sign up and get access to a ton of expert stock picks. Every month you'll get 2 new picks that are aimed at growing your wealth and to help you realize your financial goals. Stock Advisor has been a market-beating service. So what are you waiting for? Thanks again for the Motley Fool. Now on to today's points. Before the market opened, AMD expands data center solution capabilities with acquisitions of Pensando. Today, they announced a definite agreement to acquire Pensando for approximately $1.9 billion. So let me just say, they haven't really announced how they're going to break up this acquisition, if they're going to fund it, if they're going to use current cash, at least from the press release that they announced. But if we take a quick look at most recent quarter, AMD has about $3.6 billion in cash and short-term investments. Not counting the recent Xilinx acquisition deal that they've just done, their cash flow from operations is $3.5 billion. So in theory, this company has enough kind of cash to be able to fund this from its balance sheet. I do want to see maybe if we get once we get closer to this deal, we might see how it's going to fund. But at the end of the day, I don't believe this is going to be anything to break the balance sheet. That's what I really wanted to show here. All right, so now that we saw a little bit about AMD's previous clouding solutions and this kind of press release, how much money is expected to be used, I want to explain a little bit more about Pensando. So Pensando right now, they're mainly known for this DSC. This is a distributed service card. This is one of their cards. These cards, they call them DSCs, but they're pretty much similar to something called like a DPU, which is mainly known in the semiconductor market. The main purposes of these products are for this thing, to free CPU resources for monetizing by offloading network, security, storage, and observability function at wire speed with extremely low latency and jitter. So as a data center, it is kind of somewhat expensive and power inefficient to use your CPUs for certain things. Certain products are able to make certain tasks a lot easier where you don't have to kind of overwork a CPU. And data centers want this, right? Because then you have your CPU being able to be used for other performances, other tasks that can provide better performance, better power efficiency, reduce the cost of products, which overall helps bring down the cost of data centers. So this kind of card that they've created kind of helps with that, right? It helps kind of remove some of the bottlenecks in some of these other cards and some of these other components that AMD provides, and overall increase the overall efficiency and overall increases their overall performance. So it makes perfect sense for AMD to kind of enter into this market. For example, here, if you take a quick look at their distributed service cards, they say that their DSCs enable you to manage infrastructure functions efficiently and provide a cost-effective way to save more compute resources for revenue generations. AMD also even had kind of a FAQ about this acquisition. First, they mentioned it is expected to close in the second quarter of 2022 if it gets all the approvals right now. And they also mentioned how this fits perfectly with AMD. So like AMD mentioned, they have numerous solutions right now, CPUs, GPUs, and FPGAs, and kind of adaptive SoC system on chips. Now with this, they believe that this is going to be a critical requirement to deliver the performance, power, efficiency, and capabilities required to power the next generation of accelerated data centers at scale. They also mentioned that bringing Pensando brings significant hardware and software capabilities. And with the addition of Pensando, AMD will have the capabilities to innovate at chip, software, and platform level and deliver optimized solutions with unmatched performance. So again, this is going to be something that's going to glue all their solutions together, and now they will be able to work at that platform level to make sure their solutions are optimized perfectly. And again, I do believe this is a great move for AMD. So overall, at the moment, I don't think this is going to be anything drastic in the short term of things for AMD stock price. I don't think we're, as investors, we are going to see anything dramatic in the next few months. But I do think in the long term of things, this is going to help AMD continue to make strong growth in the data center solution. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Take care, have a good day, and see you next time.